and t-shirts at Hot Topic. Do you guys see any profit from selling at Hot Topic?
We get like a little bit, like initially, because the way that Hot Topic works is Hot Topic buys your shirts, like a whole bunch of your shirts, and then they sell them or whatever, but like it's really just money that you'll get just put right back into trying to get more shirts into Hot Topic, so you never really see the money for it.
Does illegal downloading affect you guys? And what is your opinion on it?
As myself being a musician, meaning that I'm broke, I download music sometimes. If it's like one of my favorite bands or a band that I like really think is awesome, you know, I'll go buy their CD and support them. But it's not very often that I can do that because, like I said, I don't have money.
Yeah.
But illegal downloading most definitely affects every band. I think there's pros and cons to it. The cons being that you're not getting, you know, your sound scan points or whatever, which, you know, help you get on better tours, you get more money to make the next CD and all that stuff. You know, but like a pro for it would be the fact that like that's free distribution. You know what I mean? Like I remember one of my favorite bands, The Chariot, when they first started, they put a 3-song EP up on the internet, and they were like, hey, download this, burn it, give it to everyone you know, and like that's how they got big in the beginning. So I mean, I think it just depends on the way you look at it. I mean, there's a lot of things that you do when you tour that you can look at it in a negative way, or you can look at it in a positive way, and you know, you just have to kind of make up your mind which way you're going to look at it and try to stick to that.
Yeah. Okay. Before we start random questions, in a few questions, I'll let you go ahead and ask me anything you want to know, or anything that comes to your mind. Okay. Pop or soda?
You mean what do I call it?
Yep.
Just random.
Oh, soda. It's soda. That's where I'm from. I'm from North Carolina, so it's soda.
And I already asked what your favorite part of Sonshine Festival was. Under Oath or Family Force 5?
Under Oath. Nothing against Family Force 5.
If you could play with any band, living or dead, who would it be and where would you guys play?
Jeez. Probably AC/DC anywhere. Because I love that band.
Awesome. Okay, so here's the storyline to this question. The Earth is getting attacked by aliens, and you guys have the last chance to save the world's race. What would you do to save it? Use your imagination.
I'd probably play really loud music and hope that it blows their heads off. Did you ever see Mars Attacks?
Yeah.
Movie like that? I would probably try to do that. Either that or call Will Smith. I probably would ball up and cry. That's what I would honestly do if it was aliens. I don't know. Get some guns. Maybe.
Describe your perfect PB&J sandwich.
Honestly, okay, whenever my mom, like when I was really little, my mom made my lunch and stuff, I think that my favorite way to have a peanut butter and jelly sandwich is when there's a little bit too much peanut butter, not quite enough jelly, and then when the sandwich has been sitting in the bag until lunchtime, whatever, so the bread's like soft, like all, not soggy, but like close to it. It's the best way to have a PB&J.
Yeah.
With a cup of Kool-Aid.
My dad used to give me a juice box with mine.
Or, yeah, so you know,
that was awesome.
like Capri Sun or something?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I just liked it when it got flat.
Yep. You flatten out, need it. It's awesome.
Do you have a message to fans?
Oh, we do. All the guys in this band come from a different walk of life. You know, we come from different places. Like not like physical location, but just like family backgrounds and things like that. And we all have our own religious views and our strong points and not so strong points. But I think the one message that we can agree on, and we try to talk about from the stage as much as possible, is that if you can't figure out why you're here on this earth, like at least believe in loving people, and and you don't just you're not better than anyone, you're not worse than anyone. Just be friends and love on people, and if you can do that, like even if you don't like this world or living on this world, like it's gonna make it that much better. If you have people that are loving on you as well. So, like the message that Gwen Stacy tries to put across is like, that's what at least we try. We're pieces of crap too, so.
Okay. 2 songs you want the Calvert Webzine to feature on the MySpace playlist.
Well, you're gonna take them from a life I know, right? Let's see, life I know. Let's say.
Or it could be anything on your playlist that you guys have, because we just added. So it could be anything you guys have up, or.
Let's do Fear in Your Eyes. And then I'm trying to think what else is on the player, because don't do that cover song. Don't do the cover song. The Path to Certainty.
Okay.
Let's do The Path to Certainty and the Fear in Your Eyes. Those are good. Those 2 of my favorite.
Okay. And now it's your turn to ask.
What? To ask you a question?
Yeah, you can ask a question, or if you have like 2 or whatever.
Well, first of all, I think you did an awesome job in the interview.
Thank you so much.
But my question is, what makes someone want to travel around and interview bands?
Okay. I'm trying to get a short story.
That's fine, take your time.
Okay. I have friends that are from that are Brighton. I don't know if you've heard of them. Probably not. And now their guitarist is in a band called Rocket to the Moon.
Okay, I've heard of them.
And I wanted to go ahead and music has saved my life so many times. Like I've gone through those rough patches, and you try to figure out what would be the best way to give back to the bands, because in our growing up, we have those times where we have enough money, and there's times that we don't. So you can't go off and you can't buy their CD, you can't buy a T-shirt, and I have friends who are like, you're so giving, you're so nice, and you can hold a good conversation. Why don't you go ahead and interview bands? And so then that's what it started with, and then I was only doing an AIM and MySpace messaging, and then we went to our work tour last year,
cool.
and we interviewed our very first live band, Ann Arbor.
Okay, I've heard of them too.
Wait, before Ann Arbor it was The Fold. That was their very first live.
I don't know The Fold, but is it the same band or?
No.
Oh, okay.
But and then it just started growing, and then we started going to small shows and interviewed bands there, and we just ended up hitting the really big signed bands just this past month, and then I'm friends with the Wedding.
Oh, okay, cool.
And the new drummer for This Beautiful Republic, Cameron.
Okay, yeah, I'm not familiar with the band, but that's awesome.
He was in Current Affair, and then so I was like, I found out that all the bands were playing. I was like,
might as well go hang out, right?
Yeah.
No, I think that's awesome. I never really thought about people that are doing interviews actually giving back to the bands and like the way of helping promote the bands. You know what I mean? Let people kind of get more of a one-on-one connection. So I think that's really awesome. Thank you very much. Really appreciate it.
This matters a lot to us when I told my friend who helps write the articles, I was like, Gwen Stacy is giving us an interview, and she was like, oh my gosh, it's great.
Well, I mean, honestly, anytime you guys want some help with this kind of stuff, you can send us interviews through emails or come to shows and hang out and do more interviews. We're always down to do it.
That would be great. If you're in Chico, California. I can. My dad will even vouch you guys need a floor to sleep on.
That'd be awesome. That'd be awesome.
2 dogs.
Hey man, I have a dog where I live, so that's alright. I can get along with it.
So guys, Katy K and
Geoff. It's cool.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in to watch this interview, even though it's last minute, and I hopefully will talk to the Wedding tomorrow. So this marks the 43rd interview we've done, and I want to thank my dad for filming.
Sometimes it's necessary to put things in a very basic, a very plain